Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Omni viewer, and I'm here to do a little MonsterVerse speculation, specifically about the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong. Recent statements by Godzilla vs. Kong's director Adam Wingard have said that there will indeed be a clear winner in this film. Naturally, of course, he did not say who would win. After all, you don't want to give that away. But of course, it now has the kaiju community abuzz. So I'm going to throw my hat into the ring and do some speculating of my own. Now, as I see it, there are two ways we can look at this. The first way is to take everything we know so far, which admittedly isn't much, at face value. This of course would mean that Godzilla and Kong will be enemies throughout the entirety of the film, and that there will be a definitive victor when they clash. So, who's most likely to be the victor in this scenario? Maybe there's a clue in the title. You'll notice how it's called Godzilla vs. Kong. There's a very easy pattern to notice in kaiju movies. Whenever the title is Monster vs. Monster, it's usually the first monster in that title who is going to win, and is by extension the hero monster. Examples include Mothra vs. Godzilla, Frankenstein vs. Baragon, the original title of Frankenstein Conquers the World, any movie that starts with Godzilla versus, and yes, the original King Kong vs. Godzilla. In each of these examples, it's always the first monster in the title who wins. There are, of course, exceptions. Godzilla didn't win in the Heisei version of Godzilla vs. Mothra, although he did kind of win by killing Batra. But still, it happens frequently enough that it qualifies as a pattern. Then again, basing it all on how a title is worded is a bit of a stretch. Perhaps it comes down to the character's motivations. Part of what makes this fight harder to predict is the fact that, unlike the last time these two clashed, they're both good guys this time around. But there might be a clue provided in their priorities. They're both good guys, they both fight to preserve the natural order, but Kong is a bit more directly concerned with protecting humans than Godzilla is. Humans certainly benefit from Godzilla's actions, and he does not directly attack them, but he won't go out of his way to protect them either. So the conflict may arise because Godzilla determines humanity is upsetting the natural order, and Kong must somehow defend them. Or perhaps Kong disrupts that natural order by leaving Skull Island. And again, that still really doesn't tell us much. I mean, it all comes down to what's behind whatever causes the fight. So yeah, at this point we really don't have enough information to determine what will happen if it is indeed about Godzilla and Kong fighting each other throughout the entirety of the film. However, this is all assuming that Godzilla and Kong will remain enemies throughout the entirety of the film. One popular theory at this point is that since Godzilla and Kong are both good guys in the MonsterVerse, they will eventually unite against another monster. And recent evidence seems to indicate this might indeed happen. Wingard has stated there are a lot of monsters in this movie, and some sources are reporting, although it hasn't been 100% confirmed yet, so take it with a grain of salt, that Legendary has acquired the rights to other kaiju from Toho. Naturally, of course, we don't know which kaiju. And of course, we don't know if King Ghidorah, Mothra, and Rodan will be showing up in Godzilla vs. Kong as well. But, if this is the case, if there are going to be more monsters in Godzilla vs. Kong, and some of them have been licensed from Toho, this would point towards Godzilla and Kong uniting forces at some point. In which case, the clear winner would be both of them, because they would presumably beat the villain. But again, at this point, we really don't know much about what's going to happen in this movie. There's just not enough information, and it's too early in the development process. So I suppose I've just completely wasted your time. Sorry about that. Perhaps it would be easier to figure out if we knew what was coming after Godzilla vs. Kong, but that's a topic I'll save for a different video. On the off chance that it is a knockdown drag-out fight, I may as well get the ball rolling now. Team Godzilla all the way. As always, feel free to leave your speculations and your kaiju allegiances in the comments section below. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer signing off.